Bro, I have seen K-pop Demon Hunters probably more times than I've seen like fine. I've definitely seen it more times than you've seen Band of Brothers. Um,
Welcome to My God a Podcast. I'm Jim Wood. In this episode, John Powell and I review Georgia's 45-7 win over Marshall in the 2025 season opener. We talk about our experiences on Saturday and what stood out to us during the game. As always, remember to check out the newly redesigned MyGottaPodcast.com to see our latest merch. And you can follow us on social media at MyGottaPodcast. Finally, if you need help with your website or your online presence, head over to workingwebmedia.com/dogs. Now, let's join the conversation in progress. JP, two things happened on Saturday.
what are those, Jim?
Number one, Georgia officially set the all-time SEC home win streak at 32
Yes.
games. So it's at 32 games now. And also the Georgia is undefeated when 100% of My God podcast is in attendance, still undefeated.
Still undefeated.
It was good to see
Happy
you.
happy to report. It was good to see you. It was good to see everybody.
It was
There
fun.
were some folks that were missing.
Yep,
I think Dwight was uh Dwight was golfing on the West Coast, right? Pebble Beach or something. I don't know.
definitely golfing. Definitely golfing.
Yeah, I can't remember where he was. He was doing something fun. Didn't see Adam. Adam, if you're listening, love to see you out there.
Yeah,
Carter wasn't there, but he will be there on Friday or Saturday
yeah,
and Friday.
right. Sorry, Carter, but have fun this week.
Yes. Man, it was a good trip. Coach Trill was there. We saw everybody, man.
Yeah,
Saw a lot of the tailgate crew was there, obviously. So it was a fun time. I was planning on bringing some kids, but they decided to be lame and stay home and not experience the tailgate, which was fine. Their loss, my game,
their
being
loss.
solo.
I was gonna say their loss, and then it ended up being like Wood and Tarico gain. So it was funny because at one point, like with my family situation, I was telling you like, hey, I might have an extra ticket. Like I don't think we're gonna use all of ours, and then like you ended up getting other tickets and having extra, and then we got an extra from you because like, we needed more tickets. So yeah, so like my parents didn't go. Shout out Lou and Panda, Frip Dog.
That's
Um,
another one we missed. We missed Lou and Bonda at the tailgate.
Yeah. So I got to spend the weekend with them, but they didn't make it to the game. But we had all we say Wood North for us in tow, and then as well as my sister and brother-in-law and family. All the Tricos were there, including Sophia, who is now a freshman, and did get to see her. We had talked about that. So that was a lot of fun. And she came over and said, "Hey," during the game, even. So we saw her at the tailgate, saw her during the game. Saw her all weekend, but actually got to see her on campus and in the stadium, so that was fun. It was
Super
pretty cool.
fun. Yeah, I was shout out to Sophia for staying the whole time amidst all of the fraternity boys. It was her and her friend. They, I know your mom was super proud of that, or your sister was super proud of that. Um, and I was also impressed. So, kudos to you for showing those boys what's up. Because I think the boys ended up even leaving and she was still there.
Oh man, yeah, it was
We
fun. It
stayed to
was
the
fun.
end.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I have that's like one of my things. That's one of my things. I'm not gonna leave. I'm kind of annoying about that. I have my reasons. And then it was hot. It was really hot.
Oh man, that was definitely the tail of the tape was I mean there was even some players getting cramps. I was cramping up, I feel like on my almost 2 mile walk to the car.
Mm.
Um Man, shout out new parking map. Good grief. I think there was a lot of people that were confused about the parking situation, like I was. But anyway, yeah, it was hot. It was definitely warm out there. I enjoyed our breezeway conversation with Coach Trill. At one point, we just kind of were hanging out in the breezeway. And man, that was nice. That was quite pleasant.
I think I texted you this, but I got back to our seats and Kim was like, "Where have you been?" I was like, "I was talking to John and Coach Trill." Uh, it was pretty funny. So Yeah, it was hot. It was hot.
Yes. And Shelby was there with Coach Trail. Congratulations on the newly engaged couple.
100%. Absolutely.
We even saw a friend of the show, Tim Riley.
So that was like unexpected. I mean, I knew he was going to the game, but I didn't think I was going to see him. I didn't think he was going to come by. I had heard inside sources that he was going to be like downtown pregame. And so he came at the tailgate. That was pretty sweet. That was fun.
He walked in like the cool house at Halloween, handing out trick or treats to everyone that he could find. I feel like.
Man, it was good. It was good. And then my buddy Adam, who you had run into, I think last year at some point when I wasn't there at the game, but he made it by. That was his first time out to the tailgate. So that was fun.
I don't think I met him. You pointed him out, but I don't think we actually like talked.
My bad.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And
Uh,
then we saw Jason Downey from
oh yeah.
Twitter, who was decked out in his Marshall gear, which I didn't realize for some reason. Didn't realize that he was a Marshall fan. But Chuck, Chuck and those guys, they had the Weller Antique 30-year-old Weller. That was kind of cool. That was probably one of the more unique experiences that I've seen at a tailgate situation. Not many tailgates you're going to see a 30-year-old bourbon opened up.
Yeah, that was definitely. And then apologies, Chuck, for not picking the South Carolina game heading in. So,
Mm.
but
He
hey,
was
hey,
he was
I
not
gave
happy about
he
that.
was not, but I gave my pick at the tailgate and I was right. So the Cox did defeat Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
I forgot
that was
something.
funny.
I was told, John, by Ella that
Okay,
so Ella has told me that she feels like you got cool points and that she felt that you're cooler than me. She said even though you didn't like it, at least you have seen K-pop Demon Hunters, and I have not seen it yet. Like I haven't watched it.
bro, bro. I have seen K-pop Demon Hunters probably more times than I've seen like fine. I've definitely seen it more times than you've seen Band of Brothers. Um,
Uh,
but no,
nice.
it was literally on today. Like I watched part of it today because Camden was watching it today. Like it's just it's like the current Frozen. Frozen
Right.
was just constantly running in our house, and now it's like the new Frozen, which is fine because the story is kind of cool. It's kind of creepy. I don't know. It's kind of creepy. It's definitely a
I
little creepy story, like the demons and all that stuff, and like I don't know. There's definitely the one song. You will. This will go completely over your head, but be your idol or whatever. I don't
okay.
know. It's where the boys sing about being an idol. I don't know. It's weird. We're a
There
K-pop. We're a K-pop Demon Hunters podcast now.
off the rails. I did. There was a song that came on like the whatever playlist we had on the way, and I was like, wait, isn't this K-pop Demon Hunters? So, anyways, so yeah, haven't
Was
seen it
it
yet.
was it
But
was
anyway,
it
so you
gold?
so you won
Was it
cool points
golden?
with Ella for that
Okay.
because you have at least watched it. She was like, he doesn't like it, but at least he's watched it, Dad.
No, I liked it. It's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
okay,
There are
okay.
definitely
See, now you're
worse.
getting even more points with Ella, so you're doing
There
really good there
there are worse things to sit down and watch with your kids, I feel like.
for sure.
The songs are pretty catchy. There's like three or four songs that are really cool. I mean, as far as like, just being kid songs. I was actually at the pool with my daughter. The other day we were by ourselves. Actually, I take that back. There was a woman and a baby there, but Camden wants to take over the speaker all the time at the pool,
Mm,
and I
mm,
let her take over the speaker, and we blasted K-pop Demon Hunters at the pool. So this poor
nice.
woman was listening to Camden just blasting K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay,
Good
well, sorry,
time.
I sufficiently took us off the rails. But yeah, I don't know. Shout out Greg Rodeo, Hug Dog for the hospitality on Saturday as well.
Yes, as always. It was good to see you. It was good to see them too. Like we had Joel, we had Hampton. We were just missing Garrett.
Yeah, we did not see girls talk ball. Understandable, all good. We missed the ladies out there, but hey, they did drop their first episode of the season, so be sure to go check out girls talk ball for sure. All right. What's up? Sorry.
I was just trying to think if there was any other like tailgate items to run through.
Hmm.
No, I mean outside of the pre tailgate, the after tailgate. So I came back and helped I helped DT and Zach and Rodeo clean up after the tailgate.
Yeah.
So my God podcast was well represented even in the breakdown.
Nice.
And Greg too, helping them. I was helping him pack up his elite trailer.
Mm.
We were talking about getting better. We were talking about ways to make things even better. So even at the tailgate, we're talking about getting better.
You're, better never rest. Better never rest. Even at the
Better
tailgate.
never rest. Yeah. And then Rodeo and those guys, they decided that they wanted to go out and eat. And so they took me out and we had a chance to run into some of the players who will not be mentioned for safety purposes. But we did run into some of the players, and that was pretty awesome to shake hands with folks and have them introduce themselves as, "Hi, I'm their first name." And I'd be like, "I know who you are."
uh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I had a player run in, but it was the next.
That's true. That's true. You had a pretty elite run in.
Look, man.
That one was well publicized too, so you could talk about that one.
Yeah, that was publicized. Yeah, so and again, back to your question, where we did the over-engineered is Gunnar Stockton sponsored by On Reserve. Like, definitely yes. Went to the autograph signing on Sunday morning at the On Reserve Athens store. Lily and I went over there. It was great. It was a lot of fun. We Lily and I both now own the Gunnar Stockton driving his truck T-shirt. We've got a signed print of Gunner as well. It's like a print of the painting that's on the shirt, kind of thing. So I got him to sign that, and can confirm 100% on-site research that is the case. And I'm also happy to tell everyone that unlike some other former Georgia quarterbacks, Gunner Stockton says "Go Dogs" back. So in case you're
Mm,
wondering,
can confirm.
can confirm, can confirm. Like, holy cow, what a nice kid. Oh, I mean, he was awesome. He was great with everyone. It was a lot of fun. And I will say, Lily, when we walked when we walked out, Lily goes, "You know who wouldn't have been that nice? Carson Beck."
Oh man.
Uh, boom.
Is that a segue? Is that a segue to talk about Carson Beck's performance?
I don't know. I mean, whatever. They won.
All I gotta
He looked
say
good.
all I gotta say is that was not the Notre Dame team that he faced last year.
They lost a lot of dudes for sure. Yeah. All right. You want to talk about our game? I guess.
Let's talk about our game.
Um, I think my first thing, like, it was like, hey, a fast start on offense, right? Like, actually, it was fast start all around. Fast start on the defense, get the ball right back as we kicked off. But I mean, just the slow starts was the whole theme of last year. Had a fast start. Gunner looked super comfortable out there. And man, Zachariah Branch is the real deal. He was awesome.
Yeah, he definitely looked good. I'd say the tail of the tape was for sure the defense. I
Mm.
think if you were looking at stat lines and you were to see nothing, you could probably just go and take a gander at the participation report and see that some of our walk-ons had more snaps than our starters did.
Yeah.
So, I think you mentioned like one of the things that you had mentioned like sticks out, like no sacks. Like
Mm.
even under that umbrella, we had no sacks. And so I don't know. I kind of take that as take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, you'd like to see more sacks. I actually think that there was a couple of plays where I was like, I don't know that they were trying to run. I don't know that the quarterback was trying to run. I
I
actually think he was just scrambling for his life.
I'm with you. I'm with you. There was a couple that I think got logged as tackle behind the line of scrimmage on a rush kind of deal. Yeah, I'm with you.
Right, right. I haven't seen the full game, but that was what I saw on a couple of those plays. I was like, that looked like a sack, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so you got no sacks. Defense played lights out. I think that they had only crossed the 40-yard line once in the first half.
Mm.
And I think that they had, I want to say they had like, I want to say it was like 40 total, 40 yards or something like that in the first half. I don't know. It was some ridiculous stat line where they just they were not producing. Graham over at Dog Central, he put together his 12 takeaways, which included some of those stats that I'm talking about. The first half was just lights out defense, and I think that the comparisons that were they were making in terms of like the stat lines from the first half
Hmm.
and just overall was they were comparing it to the 2022 defense, which I'll take those comparisons all day long.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. Maybe I mean that looked like a Kirby Smart Georgia defense. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that the kind of in that same vein, like the comparison to 2022 was they're talking about success rate and you know they had like a I want to say that they had some ridiculously low success rate number
Mm,
um for their offense. And so like basically over half the plays, like 56% of the total plays that were run in that game were unsuccessful plays for Marshall.
wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they looked. I didn't. I've talked to a few people, like between when we recorded the game, just about how weird it was, right? With like them coming in with so many, new coach, all the new roster, et cetera, and like the whole like we're not gonna know what they're gonna look like, et cetera. But like it didn't matter. I mean, we were like right from the start, just kind of like put the foot down. Really didn't let them do anything. I mean, the only thing you could have there is say we didn't get a shutout, but I mean, shoot, it was 45-0 before they scored, and it was on the backups. So I mean,
It
it is what it
was
is.
it was them desperately trying to score a touchdown on Georgia's defense.
Totally, totally. And I mean, and, you take away the long, like the deep ball, like over a true freshman, like, and that even still probably doesn't happen. So I can live with it. I can live with
Yeah, I can definitely live with it. It was definitely one of those things where they didn't want to give it up, but hey man, I take that performance from everyone all day long. Gunner, I think that Gunner Stockton being the leading rusher was probably something that I'd like to not see moving forward, but he looked good. He looked good moving his feet. It's nice to have a mobile quarterback over 200 and something yards,
it.
total
Yeah,
yards. I think he had 70 something yards rushing and 190 yards passing.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
sure. I
190.
think
You're right.
he.
190 passing, 73.
Yeah, I don't know. What does that break out as to like the quarterback rating or what? Yeah, 99 quarterback rating. Not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he looked good. I thought too, like, I mean, I thought it was cool. Like, we saw some new stuff. I mean, like, it was very refreshing to see a Georgia quarterback keep the ball on the zone read, right? And like, actually, because like, how many times have we talked about on this? With some prior quarterbacks, were like, all you have to do is keep that on the zone read and you score. And Gunner was keeping it and he was scoring, so that was awesome. But on top of that, we actually ran the option with him, like not a zone read, just like a straight like sprint option to the left. That was cool. And he
Mm-hmm.
faked the pitch and kept it.
Yeah, he
So
faked the
that was,
pitch.
yeah. So that was sweet. I liked that. I mean, I thought he looked smooth throwing the ball, spread the ball around out to a ton of receivers like we've seen this offense do, the past couple of years. So I thought that was all
Yeah,
super super positive.
he looked good. A couple of points that I would say that he's going to look at that. I know Bubba is going to be looking at the stat line saying, okay, we only completed 58% of our passes. You can give him a little bit of grace because there were a couple of drops that were just sprinkled in there, but 58% completion percentage is not the standard I feel like that a UGA quarterback is going to be expecting moving forward as we get into the SEC.
Okay. Yeah. Um, I guess too. I don't know. I don't. I didn't really have like Peanut scoring the first touchdown on my bingo card. I wasn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like I thought that was awesome. He looked good, man. He looked like a different player to me. He was impressive. I thought really just like running back depth. I thought was impressive. Like we rotated those guys a ton.
I think that that's the tail of the whole team. Like we just have so much depth at every position right now. Knock on wood, Jim. Knock on your
Yeah,
head.
yeah. Knocked ahead. Knocked on the head. Knocked on the head.
Um, the situation that we have with the defensive like alignments, like all the different little situations, that's something else that Graham was talking about was like being able to piece together any kind of look, any kind of pressure that you might want, and some exotic things that you might normally not be able to do, like dropping someone into coverage that doesn't normally, or dropping someone straight onto the line to
Mm,
rush the passer. Like the versatility that we have on the defensive side of things is great. Um, I'd say that the offensive line probably is still working on gelling 100% together.
yeah.
You kind of treat this game and next week's game against Austin P, as kind of like the extension of fall camp practice, basically. So
Mhm.
hopefully we'll be firing on all cylinders. I'd like to see some progression there. I'd like to see the running backs gain more yards. I felt like that everyone on the team, Gunnar Stockton included, had to really fight for those rushing yards.
Yeah.
So you'd like to see some more holes open up. Um, if I'm guessing, we'll probably start to see more perimeter, attacking on the perimeter and things like that, because that seemed to be where we were successful at running the ball. I mean, Peanuts' run came off of I want to say it was a toss sweep or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like a toss to the left, and that was like there was a gaping hole, and he took it to the house. So it's like give
Right.
these guys room, and let's see what they figure out.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Zachariah Branch. Like, he seemed by and large, he seems like he's the real deal. He's definitely electric. He's definitely giving me shades of Mecole Hardman.
Mm,
When he gets the ball in his hands, he just seems to do things with it.
yeah,
Um,
I think what I texted out was like he looked to me like what you were hearing he was going to be out of high school, right? Like because he was like a huge recruit out of high school. He looked like that on Saturday.
yeah, would not hate it to see him just completely thrive and win. I don't know, whatever the wide receiver that he is, the Blitnikoff. I don't know,
Mhm.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Um, I would love to have a Blitnikoff winner at the University of Georgia.
It would be great. I mean, he did like a bit of everything, right? I mean, he caught down the field passes, he caught over the middle, he took a screen pass basically to the house. It was nice. I mean,
Hmm.
he seemed very well rounded to me. I mean, he's breaking tackles, right, making guys miss. So that was exciting.
It was exciting. Um, some concerns. The drops definitely were a concern.
Yeah.
I would say that there's a pass to Lucky, I want to say it was, where he had a wide open Lawson Lucky hit him, and he kind of, or maybe it could have been to Delp. I can't remember. It was a pass out to the sideline, and it was an open pass, but he kind of had I think he could have been. I think it was Delp. Could have been Lucky. I can't remember, but he kind of had to like reach behind him to grab it, and it ended up being a big play. But had he hit him in stride, it would have been
Mm.
touchdown. Like he walks into the end zone kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think that there are a couple of those kind of moments where he could have extended the plays even further than where they got. But you try not to like split hairs too much, but I would like to see some progression there this coming week on some of those passing.
Yeah. I would say my nitpick would be it's great to go 3 for 3 on fourth down, but like, why did we have to go for it on fourth down, kind of thing?
Hmm.
So I don't know. That was kind of my nitpick that I jotted down.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I love that I love to see Gunner keeping the ball on those zone reads. That's gonna Having that on tape is gonna be interesting down the road.
Hmm.
I sent a video to you guys. There's one play that I think that he could have hit Taylor on a go route, or it could have, I think it was Taylor Taylor, um, on a go route that he ended up going underneath to an open. He hit an open guy, but there was yards, there were more plays that were out there, kind of thing.
Sure.
Had we just waited a little bit longer, there would have been a deep shot, deep for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I would say that it was pretty vanilla. I think that's another thing that Graham and those guys that know the X's and O's, the play calling was pretty vanilla. The defense not super exotic. Obviously, we had walk-ons getting more snaps than some of these starters.
Yeah.
I think that Graham was talking about like the players that you pulled out. You knew that they're good when they only played like a handful of snaps.
Hmm.
It's like they
Right.
just completely eliminated them from getting any more film or any more visibility on things. So it was obviously exactly what we needed to do. I mean, if you'd have told me before the game that that would be the score line, I'd be like, okay. And if you told me that that was going to be the score, and you told me that they were replacing 78 players on the team or whatever, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. 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 Well, we almost ended up covering.
That
So yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah. Touchdown. And it was by what, like a half a point or whatever. This is why I don't gamble. Whatever.
This is why you don't gamble. Yeah.
Um,
Like we
but
were like I saw the touchdown. I think it was it the touchdown that we threw to Elias Williams or whatever.
mhm.
Um, and I was like, oh shoot, we're gonna cover. And then not too long after that, they stormed down the field and scored. It's like, well, there goes that.
Right, right, right. Too funny. I will say, well, here, let's hit on the special teams. We always got to talk about special teams.
Yes.
I thought special teams look good as we thought, or as we kind of like assumed. No Brett Thorson, but still looked good. Again, so here's my nitpick: is we allowed 2 punts to be returned. That's my nitpick on the special teams.
Yeah, seriously.
uh,
I would say that if I were picking nits, the return game, I feel like could have used like there was one where Zachariah Branch let the ball bounce, and I think that if Kirby were to go back and review that film, they'd be screaming at him to not let that ball bounce.
hmm
He
hmm
ended up picking it up, but like it put us in a bad spot, I feel like. But
Yeah,
um, don't let the ball bounce on punts. If you can prevent it,
sure.
would be the nicking picking nits. Um, yeah, the punt game looked great.
Yeah, I mean,
What
I feel
was
like
it? Was
we're in
it
good hands after Brett's done being a Bulldog. I thought Miller looked really good.
Yeah, he had a pretty decent average. He had a couple punts inside the 20-yard line. That was good.
Yeah,
Payday. We had a nice payday situation. So
yeah,
yeah, overall, no, by and large, I don't think anybody was seriously hurt. Um, I think there were a couple of little odds and ends that happened, but we'll be listening for any hopeful kisses of death. But by and large, it seems like that we should not expect too many hopeful kiss of deaths coming up.
yeah, yeah. I'd agree. I mean, it was Georgia kind of overmatched their opponent. They and it looked that way, which is what you want to see. Kind of got in, got out, almost covered, and yeah, like you're saying, no major injuries to report. So it was a good day. It was a good day on Saturday.
Good day indeed.
Let's recap Coach Trill's picks. So it's always a good day when you get the text from Coach Trill with the updates on his over unders. So shout out Coach for doing that. JP with the early lead in Coach's over unders. You went 500, 4-4. I did not. I went 3-5. So you take their early lead, and then we are tied in the pick'em. We both went 2-3 in the pick.
Mm. I'll take the early lead. Get to a situation where I can just choke this thing out.
Yeah, you're already gonna start strategizing like next week.
I'm gonna try not to overthink it.
Too good. So shout out, Coach. Appreciate you for doing that for us,
Yes,
and great to
sir.
see you
Yes,
on
sir.
Saturday.
So great.
I guess so with those, so with the games that we picked, or even just around, what I guess kind of what stood out to you? Like I think I'll say like for me, like my thing that I'm wondering about like the landscape of college football, like what's the kind of like week one overreaction gonna be? And I feel like it's gonna be like Alabama is terrible. Like, I mean, I know they lost to unranked Florida State. Florida State, how good is Florida State? How good or not good is Alabama, et cetera? I feel like it's going to be the probably overanalyzed. That and LSU winning and Clemson. I feel like everyone's at LSU now.
So, we're talking about the Alabama game,
And just
or
in
just
general.
or just the
Yeah,
general.
yeah, yeah. Like, what were your observations from outside of Georgia?
I mean, I'd say that there's going to be much. There was a lot of shade thrown our way in that Miami game that I think that Kirby is absolutely going to repurpose and use.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
I think that Beck was un unnecessarily glazed, as my son would say.
Right.
Um, there were a couple of situations there that yeah, if it would have been a different Notre Dame team, like I said, the one pass that everybody keeps talking about, every time I see it, it just makes me like kind of frustrated because the safety literally should have crashed that ball out of his hands
Mm,
and or taken it to the house the other way. I feel like guy was just ball watching and missed it. And the reason that he was ball watching is because he's new from last season. Because the guy that was there, Xavier Watts, is getting ready to suit up for the Falcons this season
yeah.
as the third round draft pick. So you talk about losing guys like, that make impact plays and things like that. I feel like that's one of those plays that ends up a little differently if it's replicated last season with the team that Notre Dame had. And that's kind of the thing that Notre Dame, you
Yeah.
don't know what you never know which version of Notre Dame you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Right.
so there's that. I think Miami should have lost that game, my 2 cents. I think that they were really fortunate to come away with that, considering the fact that they were the benefactors of several Notre Dame turnovers. Um, so I think
It was
Miami's
it was tough to watch that broadcast. Like if every Miami broadcast is going to be them talking about Georgia the whole time, it was kind of weird. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe that'll dampen throughout the year, but I don't know. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
We'll see. I don't
I mean,
know.
what
It
you know,
was
he declared for the draft and then decided not to go pro. We had moved on. We had invested in other guys from the portal. I think at this point it's like I think Carson's in a good situation in Alabama. I think Gunner, we're happy with Gunner. So I don't know. I feel like everyone's kind of we're good. So
yeah, I would say that yeah, I don't expect that to be the case for every game, but it definitely what felt a little targeted.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
That's a good.
especially when he was like I wasn't able to do much at UGA, like
Oh,
bro,
like I couldn't change the plays or
I
something.
couldn't
Like
change, yeah, like
yeah,
they
like
wouldn't let him audible or something like that.
yeah
He
that
didn't have the freedom, like
yeah that was weird.
I don't know, dude. If Kirby's not letting you check out of plays, it's because he doesn't trust you to check out of plays,
Right.
especially as a junior or senior or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean,
anyway, outside of that, I would say I think this year is going to be the year of the mobile quarterback.
mm,
Um, you saw Michigan's quarterback ball out. You saw Janor Sellers ball out for South Carolina. And then the big one for me was Castellanos. Dude, I think Florida State may have been severely underrated this season, this preseason, and it probably is a great example of like why the preseason polls are stupid because, um, I mean, dude, he looked good, dude. Like I don't know,
yeah.
Kirby Smart's kryptonite is always a mobile quarterback that can pass, and he looked like he could do both of those things very, very well. He reminded me of Michael Vick out there, the way that he was running the ball around.
He looked good at Boston College last year. I mean, he beat Florida State at Boston College last year, and that was kind of like where he like was kind of like on the map for me was that game. Yeah, it's a crazy thing in college football. But yeah, man, he did look good. He looked good. But that's
Yeah,
and so that's what I'm gonna be looking for this week is like what rankings aren't out yet. Because rankings are late because the games are going all the way through Monday. So how far does Alabama fall, and where does Florida State? Where are they? It's gonna be interesting.
I mean, I think that Alabama's going to fall quite precipitously.
Yeah.
Um, I'd be shocked if they were inside the top 15, but um,
Hmm.
we'll see. Um, I mean, they beat the brakes off them. Like not even close.
Yeah.
And it's not that even like Ty Simpson had a bad like he played fine. I feel like it was like a Notre Dame versus UGA game type situation where it was like, yeah, the quarterback played fine. It's just that they couldn't stop anybody on defense. The other thing that I think that is going to be interesting long term as the season pans out, there were multiple people taking videos and screen, grabs of like just stuff that you are not used to seeing at Alabama. Like there's one where
Hmm.
this like a cornerback was like just didn't even try to go and tackle the player that he easily could have gotten to if he had just been trying. And you
Yeah.
hear those kind of comparisons being made on a lot of different stuff. And I don't know, it's just given me the Alabama situation is just giving me Don Shula. It's just giving me Shula vibes.
Mike Shula. Mike
Mike
Shula.
Shula, sorry. Yeah,
You're
Mike
good.
Shula.
I know
It's,
what you
it's,
meant.
it's given Mike Shula vibes.
Yeah, I mean, and
Um,
those that stuff that you're talking about, like that was coming out from like actual like analysts too. Like I saw that from like ESPN guys coming out. So
hmm And then you saw things got even weirder with the quotes coming out of the coaches' press conferences that John was sending to the text thread this morning. And I was like, where Kalen DeBoer got into like this like confusing conversation with a reporter talking about like whether or not he said something or didn't say
yeah,
something, like couldn't remember if he said something.
yeah,
Maybe if I said it, I said it, kind of thing. It was just like, what a weird conversation.
It was weird.
It's,
That was
it's
very
like
weird.
it's like he just word vomited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, let's see, what else? I
Well,
did
Ohio
not, I
State,
did,
Texas. Ohio State, Texas.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the memes that are coming out about Arch Manning are just so perfect. Like, I think I saw, you got one where it's like, what was the uncle from
Uncle
Napoleon
Rico.
Dynamite? Uncle Rico, yeah. Uncle Rico, like I bet you could throw that ball over the mountains and showed his like his arm movement was exactly the same as Uncle Rico, and it's like just terrible mechanics. Yeah. It was the memes that were coming out of that game were pretty great. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
neither one of them looked like they wanted to even try to win that game for a long time because I remember getting to Logan's tailgate. Shout out Logan. I got to hang out with Logan for a little bit as the first stop on the Vagabond tailgate train. Um, but yeah, we got there and it was like, man, this looks boring. Like, what's going on here? And then you get to the tailgate, take the mile-and-a-half trek to our tailgate, and it's like, oh shoot, like nothing's happened. Like, what is
Right.
going on?
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Not a. It was not high scoring.
Yeah. Um, I would say that Ohio State's probably going to be. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt until we get some more tape on Texas. But yeah, it's not
Yeah. I
good.
mean, I'm assuming they'll be number one when everything comes. Again, not that it really
Yeah,
matters right now, but I would assume they will.
for sure. And then Texas will be just another example of a team that shouldn't have been ranked number one,
Mm,
in my
mm.
opinion. I don't think they'll be ranked number one at the end of the season, but yeah, I didn't really get to see any of the Tennessee game. Um, from what I heard, it was pretty good, but I didn't really watch any of that game. I wanted to. I'll probably have to take a look at some of the. I tried to look at the highlights of all the big games, but I did not get a chance to look at the Tennessee one. Did you watch any of the Tennessee game?
I didn't watch any. I mean, I watched I saw some of the highlights, but yeah, I didn't. I did watch a good. I watched a good bit of the South Carolina Virginia Tech. And that one was. I mean, it was close for a while. South Carolina jumped out, and then it was like a weird score for a long time because Virginia Tech got like a safety, and then I think it was like 10-8 at one point. It was like two field goals and a safety for Virginia Tech.
Hmm.
But then South Carolina pulled away. In the fourth.
One thing that I did not realize and got completely educated on because I'm not really all that great at watching the other games that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll like take a peek here and there or watch the highlights or whatever. Um, but I did not realize that Gus Malzahn was the offensive coordinator at Florida State.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know.
I had no idea about that. When I realized what Hunter was talking about in the text thread, like at first I was like, what is he talking about? Going on side quests? What is he talking about? I thought he just retired. I was like, what do you mean?
Oh,
And then I
that's
saw a
funny.
picture on Twitter that he was like, that they were showcasing like the types of plays that Gus Malzahn runs that he was running to with much success at Florida State, like the old everybody look to the sideline and get the play in, and then
Mm,
the center snaps the ball, and then it's like a big chunk play because the defense isn't ready for it.
yeah.
The whole like snap the ball and the offensive line doesn't move at all, and it tricks a couple of the defensive linemen kind of thing.
Right. Right.
Um, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
just Gus Malzahn like goofball type stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that he was the offensive coordinator at Florida State, which is probably part of the reason why the mobile quarterback, you know,
Mm,
is making him look a lot better than he was. Although he is also showcasing like that there are some head coaches that should just resign themselves to being like super, super good at being a coordinator as opposed to a head coach.
right. 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 Yeah. Well, cool. I thought it was a good kickoff weekend. I mean, there was a lot of good games. It was fun.
A lot of
It was
games.
a good week one. Heck,
I did
Colorado was a really good game Friday night, by the way. That was a
that
good
that
game.
was another good one. Yeah, that was another good one. I think that Colorado got lucky that they didn't get blown out, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah, it was a good fun way to kick off the week for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
I think technically it's still going on, isn't it? Isn't the North Carolina playing right now? Or did they already finish?
I don't know if it's over yet, but TCU was up pretty big the last time I looked.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, 41-7. Good gracious. It's still the third quarter right now.
Okay. Okay.
Bill Belichick, suboptimal de,
Suboptimal start.
de suboptimal debut.
Uh,
Good grief.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of expected that, but like I did not expect that to be that bad.
I expected it, but I didn't.
Yeah, I expected them to lose, but I didn't expect them to lose this bad.
Right. Right. Remember when we played TCU in the national championship? Wow. Anyway.
I know, right? Is
Uh,
that guy still the head coach? I don't even know. I assume
yes.
so.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. I just remember what was the I don't know, totally off the rails. There was a head coach at TCU that was like people wanted him to come when we hired Mark Richt. I can't remember what that guy's name was. There was a head coach at TCU because I remember I was like kind of one of those guys that was like, oh yeah, we should totally get that head coach because he had really good defense and he yelled at people.
Yeah. I know who I can't. I don't know. People are listening and yelling right now at us, but I can't remember his name either. But I know who you're talking about. I can't remember.
Patterson.
Okay, Patterson. Yeah, yeah. He
It
was like
was
the legend. He got kind of ended up getting kind of like forced to retire ish.
right. Yeah, Gary Patterson is the name. Um,
Yeah, Sonny
yeah,
Dykes is who's there now.
I was off on a tangent. I remember him being considered for the UGA job when Rick was there.
Patterson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, cool. Um,
Oh, I didn't even really get to see much of it, but
mm,
Corso bid us adieu. That was something that was interesting to see. He was all dressed up in a tuxedo for the occasion and ended up being the only picker to pick perfectly.
dude, that is so amazing that he went 6 for 6, and like it included things like picking Florida State to beat Alabama. Like it's so good.
It's so good. Like
uh,
it was quite fortuitous.
There were definitely some freezing cold takes too, where people like when he made that pick, people were like, "Oh, like you don't want to go out like that" and all this kind of stuff, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a nice little thing. Carter was asking about Herb Street's dog again. He was like, why does he have the dog there again?
Oh, see, I missed I didn't know. Yeah.
It's not Bo, obviously,
I
because
say yeah.
Bo passed
Right.
away last season. But I'm curious if this dog has another illness too, because I was crapping all over having his dog all over the place last
I
season, and then come to find out he had like terminal cancer or something.
I
And
know
it's
we were
like,
like
oh God.
we're like horrible people because we were making fun of him having the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
Well,
was
cool.
there
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Trying to think
That's
of any other storylines. Oh, totally random. But the sideline reporter for our game, Don Davenport, I think we may have mentioned this briefly, but like that's a friend of mine's sister.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I know.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's
Uh,
crazy.
I saw her, I was like, holy cow, I didn't realize that she was like legit.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
I knew that she was like a sideline reporter, but I didn't realize that she was doing Georgia games. Like that was kind of wild.
That's cool. That's cool. Um, okay, so while we're talking about the broadcast, I was like, I mean, I know they said it at least once, but there was like his name may be Gunner, but man, he's more of a runner. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, seriously? Like, wow.
What was it? Josh said something about who was the announcer for the who was the announcer for the Tennessee or the Texas and Ohio State game?
Was it Gus
Uh,
Johnson?
was it Gus Johnson? I can't
I
remember.
don't know. I didn't have the sound on.
He was talking about like the we had a high pitched cracking voice. That's gonna bother
Mm.
me.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember who it was, but that's accurate because I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true because he cracks his voice every time. I don't even remember who it was.
Yeah, no, but he was like, we were so back.
Yes.
uh,
That's gonna bother me.
I think he posted that on Twitter.
He did. I'm looking at it. Sean McDonough.
Sean McDonough. Okay.
Sean McDonough voice crack. We are so back. Shout out Dog Stats. That was accurate. That was yesterday. So that would have been which game? Oh, was that the Miami game?
Must have been.
Yeah.
I actually think that was. I think it was.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Like I said, man, it was a good week one of college football. Uh, Sitting around watching football all weekend. Whether it was at home on the couch, we watched a bit at the lake afterwards after our visit with Gunner. It was a good time. It was a good time. I got a podcast still undefeated in person. Like I said, it was
Hmm.
good to see you this weekend. That was fun.
We're gonna have to strategize your attendance at the games as well.
Yeah, right.
We're
Yes, yes.
gonna have to figure out a way for us to both get into the Alabama and Texas games.
These are the things that
You,
we do. These are the things that we do for Dog Nation.
you dear listener, can partake. Jim's good. I need some help.
Too good. Too good.
All
Awesome.
right.
Well, yeah, well, we'll be back later in the week to preview the big showdown with Austin P.
Yes. All right, man. Well, good Labor Day weekend, and we'll do it again. Do it again next time. And I think you're not going to be at this next one, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're safe. I think we're safe though. So
Love
it's
it.
all right. All right. We'll talk about Austin P next time, and until then, go dogs.
Go Dogs.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Labor Day sale and get 35% off paints and stains August 22nd through September 4th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.